Welcome to Future Self, this presentation on how to tap into your future self, how to come into the present moment and inside of your future self. So what's in store for us? We're going to meditate. So if you're not used to meditating, that's okay. It's going to be about a 5-minute meditation. If you're at work, you can just come back and listen to the recording and do this meditation. We're then going to talk about how to tap into the present moment, connecting with your higher self, showing up as future you, and then I will send over some journal prompts as well. I know Tracy has some amazing journal prompts for you all, so these are going to be nice, juicy ads. So with that being said, my friends, we are going to do a future self meditation that I will guide you through. So if you are not used to meditating, or maybe you think you're bad at it, or maybe you think you can't visualize, I want you to throw all of that out. Because whatever has happened in your meditations in the past, they don't exist now. There's a new start, a blank slate. You are great at meditating, however this leads you. So no expectations going in. Just go ahead and close down your eyes and be here right now. Take a deep inhale, breathing in through your nose, and exhale. One more inhale, breathing in deeply in through your nose. And exhale. I want you to go ahead and get about 2% more comfortable. So maybe that means you roll your shoulders up and down, you relax your body if you're feeling stiff. Maybe you uncross any legs or hands. And as we are 2% more comfortable, let's take one last inhale deep together, in through your nose. And exhale. I want you to drop into your body. Drop into a place in your body where you feel called to. Maybe it's your heart. Maybe it's your throat. Maybe it's your head. Whatever your body chose, trust. And take an inhale in this space, wherever it is. And exhale. I want you to visualize yourself 6 months from now. What do you see? Accepting whatever came through on what you saw. Staying in the space of what you see. Now, what do you feel? Absorbing whatever you felt. And as you're in this future place 6 months from now, as you feel, as you see, you have this connection now with your future self. And as you are connected, asking yourself, what do I need to do to be where I am 6 months from now? knowing that your future self 6 months from now wishes the best for you, and that they have accomplished so much in the last 6 months. And as you have saw, as you have felt, as you have asked this question, I want you to bask in how you are feeling. Maybe it's gratitude. Maybe it's joy. Maybe it's relief. Taking a deep inhale, breathing in through your nose. And as you exhale, hearing your higher self say, "You did it." Letting those words absorb inside of you. Maybe a smile forms on your face. Take the last few moments to say thank you to the time that you spent with your higher self. This glimpse of 6 months in the future you. And when you are ready, take your time coming back into the present reality that we are in right now. You guys did great. Felt like we just went into this portal, this little space. Nothing else existed besides us right here, right now. So with all of that being said, with our meditation that we just did, this calm energy that we have talked to 6 months from us. That's who we have connected with. Know that you can do this with 12-month you, with 3-year you, whatever feels the most connected to you to revisit. So with that being said, we're in the present moment. Let's talk about tapping into this moment. We're going to talk about what gets in the way, the importance of it, and the how to. So what gets in the way? I bet if I looked at you all right now, you could tell me a few things that get in the way of tapping into the present moment. So I want to see you drop that in the chat right now. What gets in the way of you tapping into the present moment as of recently? Think about it. Feel free to share it
in the chat. It's here.
My own thoughts, myself. Myself, stress, money. Yes. So it looks like there is an overlapping person in our life that gets in the way. We said that my own thoughts, myself, stress, money gets in the way of tapping into the present moment. So that is the biggest thing. We ourselves are in control of our absolute reality. We are in control of our thoughts and our emotions, and especially our energy. My favorite affirmation to hand out. So when we are unable to tap into the present moment, it seems like you all are pretty self-aware and know when you're taken out of the present moment, because it starts with you. And yes, other people can distract us, social media can distract us, but for the most part, it's ourselves that gets in the way. Now, I want you to recognize, and here is some active homework that you'll be getting, so take some notes here. When you notice that you are getting in the way of tapping into the present moment, I want you to acknowledge that. I want you to either say out loud or write in your journal, okay, it seems that I'm getting in my own way of the present moment. Asking yourself, why? Why am I getting in the way? And when you ask yourself that question, you're opening the door to tap into your future self, your higher self, because she's always there with you. And you're going to get an answer from her. What's coming up? Why am I sabotaging myself? Why am I getting in this space of tapping out of the present moment? Now, if we take that visual tapping out, let's take this place where you yourself are almost in a chokehold with yourself of the present moment. So you writing down myself. I am getting in the way, but why? How can I get out of it? That's you tapping out so you can get back into the present moment. It's you getting out of this bind with yourself. Now, the importance of the present moment, which I'm sure you all have an inkling of what it is, but the importance is for you to tap into the present moment, say right now. Are you worried about money? Right now, in this specific moment, if you're just in this call with me and Tracy, are you worried about money? Are you stressed out about your to-do list? If you just sit right here, right now, in this very second, no. And if it's yes, ask yourself, myself, why? That is you stepping in and saying, no, our minds are somewhere else. We have to do this. We have to do that. When we think of the shoulds and the have tos, that brings us, it rips us out of the present moment and it throws us 10 miles away, 6 hours, 7 hours by train away. So we must acknowledge the moment. The importance of you being here right now is so you can absorb this information. So you can give yourself a little breather from the stresses of the world, from any lack mindset that may be coming in for wanting more, which is always okay to want more, but to be here now, you're getting more. And when you can validate your present self, you can tap into that moment, especially if you're out in nature, you're feeling the abundance. And that bleeds into every ounce of your life the more you do it. Now, I'll tell you a little story here to connect a little bit deeper, the importance of tapping into a present moment. So I was walking through my life as a zombie. I was sleepwalking for years. And when I moved to a new state, when I had to be locked into a home because the pandemic happened, there was nothing to do. There was nowhere to go. I couldn't do an absolute thing. And by doing this, by realizing this, I was so stuck in a box of all of these thoughts and all of these emotions myself. I was getting in the way. And when I finally walked outside to my back porch that I never had been on, I sat down and I just stared at some birds chirping away. I finally felt myself in the present moment. And it was this big, oh, holy freaking shit. I'm here. Like, I'm alive. Nothing really matters outside of this moment. When the next moment happens, when I have to go and do something on my to-do list, then I will do that. But right now, I'm just here with me. The absolute bliss that overflowed through my body. Now I'm able to do that every ounce of my day. Something that you all can get to as well. And it takes the stressors off of your chest, off of your back, off of your shoulders, so you feel more at peace with where you are today, the present moment. So the how-tos, how to tap into the present moment. Now we can do it right now. You're feeling that you're not present. You should look around your space right now. You can look at this Zoom call. You should pick out three things that you're grateful for in this exact moment. Right now. Ready, set, go. Three things. And if you ever think, I don't know what I'm grateful for, there's nothing around here, pick the curtains that are hanging. Pick that it's chilly outside, that you're able to breathe and exist in the chilliness. Oh, we have a beautiful face we can see now. Yay. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all of your faces here. Alyssa, I'm sure you're gorgeous. So when you feel that you're not in the present moment, stop. Just stay here. Look around. 3 things that you're grateful for. The how-to, the next one. Really asking yourself, how can I be here right now? What do I have to take off my plate? What do I have to release right now? Because your mind is probably just going. It happens. Our minds are just like, oh, there's this, and then there's this, and then what about that? Oh, what about the thing that happened 5 years ago? What about 5 days ago? What about 5 days from now? Our minds are going. And when we think that fast, it's really challenging for us to be here in the present moment. So asking yourself, what can I release and just be here right now? And last but not least, for sure not least, I'll give you 3 to not overwhelm you with what you can do to tap into the present moment. When you feel that you are overwhelmed, that you are stressed out, that you are not actually in the present moment when you're with your friends, when you're with yourself, notice that. Build that self-awareness, notice it, and then take a deep inhale. Let's do it together. Just breathe with me. Take an inhale. And exhale. Do that as many times as you need. Because that one breath is reminding you that where your feet are, where your butt is in the chair, where you are in life, that's where you are, to embrace it. That you are here now. Now, I want to talk about connecting to your higher self. Because in the meditation, we talked about our higher self. We talked about our future self, 6 months from you now. And when you connect with your future self, you truly are connecting with your higher self. So another story to give you guys some level setting here. Anytime that I need to have a conversation with future me, I'm like, oh, what's going to happen next? I don't know. Okay, well, let me ask my future self. I always look up towards either my third eye or look myself in the mirror. And I say, all right, what does future me have in store? And what drops in? My higher self. My higher self drops in because your higher self is future you. Your higher self is the one that accomplished everything that you desire because you are capable of accomplishing that, especially when you tell yourself you are. Now, there is a funny story that I heard in an NLP training, neuro-linguistic programming, if anyone doesn't know the name of NLP. And they said, whatever you believe, you will achieve. We've heard that before, right? Just a common phrase. Well, if you believe that you could grow 8 arms, you could. Do you guys believe that? Well, no one has believed it enough because no one has grown 8 arms. Because you have to truly believe that you can do it. Now, my partner, he's balding, and it's really hard to grow hair back. They haven't figured out a solution for it. And he came to me the other day and said, I had a dream. And I was like, okay, Martin, what's happening? What's going on? And that was a Martin Luther King joke. His name is not Martin. His name is David. And he said, I had a dream that my hair was growing back. He saw a future version of him, his highest self, and his hair was growing back. And yesterday, he was like, I think my hair is growing back. I was like, well, if you believe it, it will actually happen. Now, your higher self has achieved everything that you desire. 6 months from you, what you saw in your meditation, that has already happened. Your higher self has done that. Future you has done that. And they are waiting for you to start showing up as that person, to start doing little things every single day, move the dial forward. So for you to connect to your higher self, again, we ask questions because you have the answers inside of you. Ask yourself every morning. This is a really good activity. I used to do this for months. Asking yourself, how do I show up as my highest self? No, I don't want you to try and force out an answer here. This is called stream of consciousness journaling, or in other words, brain dump journaling, where you write down the question and then you just let the answer flow. And maybe it's one word, maybe it's a whole fucking page, who knows? How do you show up as your highest self? Maybe there's a little nugget that you need there that's going to help you. Maybe it's going to be like, just believe in yourself. I know that message has come through a lot in the last year. Just believe in yourself. Just do it anyways. Just show up. Whatever may come through, it may be a little deciphered message, but look at it and work with it. The next way to connect with your higher self is to look yourself in the eyes. I'm going to give you my favorite thing I give any of my mindset coaching clients. Tracy can tell you so many good stories about this, but it's called mirror work. And you look yourself directly in the eyes. So when you walk up to the mirror, a lot of times we can shy away from the mirror. We may not actually have intentionality when we go eye to eye. So this is that space for you to look yourself in the eye, look the camera in the eye. So I'm looking directly at you. Lock eyes and feel as if there is a portal between you and your higher self. And as you do this is super meta, by the way, but it's incredible. It really works. When you do this, when you create this connection eye to eye, you lock eye contact. It may feel a little scary at first. I know before I'm like, oh my God, if her eyes move, I'm going to freak the fuck out. Lock eyes with her and just stare at her. Maybe you're going to say, damn, you look good as hell. Holy shit. Wow. I haven't looked at you in a while. Or maybe you ask yourself the question, how do I show up as you, dude? Like, can you help me a little bit? Is this cool? Can we have a conversation? You are your best friend because you hang out with yourself the absolute most. You're dating yourself. Look yourself in the eyes and have that connection. Create that connection. If you can do this every single day for at least 30 seconds, whether you say something or not, you are creating this true connection between your higher self and you. So this is your PSA to look yourself in the eyes a little bit more. Now we have 3 and 4 here. Now to connect with your higher self is to truly challenge any limiting beliefs or self-doubt that come in. Now, as a raise of hands, who has been experiencing any limiting beliefs or self-doubt? I'll go with you. I've been experiencing it. Yeah. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you. So when you notice this, everyone raise their hands. We feel it. We feel it. When you notice limiting beliefs and self-doubt are coming up, this is your chance to connect even deeper with your higher self. Okay, my limiting belief right now, I know I'm feeling it. What is it? What am I feeling? Am I feeling like I'm not enough right now? Feeling like I'm not worthy right now? What's coming up? Okay, I'm feeling like I'm doubting myself. Why? Why am I doubting myself? What just triggered that? Have I been feeling this way for a while? Now your higher self has the answers. They're going to come down and say, yeah. You're feeling that you're not enough. That's okay. We're going to get through it. Because we are never meant to be stuck in these limiting beliefs. I know last year I worked through like 10 of them and I was like, holy shit, when are they going to end? You feel that you heal them and sometimes they're like, oh, surprise, you didn't heal this part of me. But that's why that connection with your higher self is so strong and so potent. because you're able to have that true connection with yourself to say, okay, I know it's here. I felt the emotions. I'm feeling a little down about it, but I'm connected. So how can I get through this? What do I need to know? What do I need to hear? Can you give me a sign? Can you drop something in? And the answers are given to you. Now, last and again, certainly not least, is meditate on a mantra. So meditating on a mantra is so important, especially when you're asking yourself these questions, looking yourself in the eyes, you're challenging those limiting beliefs and self-doubt. So have a mantra. Maybe that's an affirmation that you have that you truly, truly enjoy, but meditate on that. Connect with your higher self. And maybe you're just saying, I connect with my higher self. Maybe that's what you meditate on, and you say that a few times and you tap back into that place. Because when you do that, that is when you are able to create a deeper connection, even closer than just through your eyes. You're reinforcing that your mantra, that your higher self is always with you, and you can tap into them at any time that you would like. I'm going to pause here. Do we have any questions on connecting with your higher self? You feel solid? Yeah, perfect. All right, so let's talk about showing up as future you. So the first one is a really, really important one that I would love you all to try this week. So this is writing a letter to future you. Now, this is really important, and you can choose whatever timeline you would like. But when you write a letter to future you, you're going to talk to this person about all the things that you accomplished. Maybe even ask some questions. You can do that too. It's your letter. But really ask yourself, answer the questions. How do you act? How do you think? How do you speak? How do you feel? Now, every single New Year's, I write myself a letter and I date it to 2024 me or 2023 me. And when I write this letter, I talk about the things that I accomplished in the year, but I most importantly talk about what I'm going to accomplish in the next year. And I even say, holy shit, sis, you did it. Fuck yeah. I give myself that hype. Because when you feel that energy and that's what you're writing out, I want you to think as if your pen is a magic wand, that you're dipping it into some potion, some magic ink, and you are writing out what the future you want is. And again, if you believe it, it will come true. And know that when you are writing this, if anything ever comes up, you're like, okay, I'm going to accomplish this. It's going to happen in 6 months. If there's ever a roadblock that goes in the way, know that just because your timeline might not be 6 months, that doesn't mean 7 months isn't going to be your timeline. Sometimes we get redirected. Sometimes we get obstacles because we have to learn a lesson. That's how fun the universe works. Like, here's a lesson. Here you go. Damn it. Right now? Really? Right now? But we just trust it and we believe in it. But I really want you to focus on how do you feel? So anytime if you're doing a meditation or you're talking about future you, how do you feel? Because your feeling, when you think about your feeling, when you can feel the feeling in your body, that activates you so much more. It gives that clear connection with yourself. So if you can't think about it, if you can't speak it, I want you to feel it. You can't really visualize meditations, just feel it in your body. I can't visualize that well, but I'm like, oh my God, whoa, that feels good. How the hell did that happen? So feel it in your body. Next is every morning, really challenging yourself, asking the question, how do I show up as who I want to become? As who I want to become. Now we have the question of how can I show up as my highest self? Maybe we ask, how do I show up as who I want to become? Because sometimes that may give us an answer where like, oh, I didn't know that's who I wanted to become. Okay, I can start acting like that. Because when you answer that question that says, how do I show up as who I want to become? I want to show up fearless. Because I want to become the next, I almost said Britney Spears, but I don't know if any of us want to become Britney Spears, like Beyonce. Can I say Beyonce? Yeah, okay, Beyonce. Or you can say I want to be the next Jessica Bax. Say your name because you're kick-ass and no one holds a torch to you. But that's who you start showing up as every single day. And then challenging those old behaviors through journaling. So this is really building off of the last slide, the higher self. Challenge your old behaviors through journaling. Because if those limiting beliefs are coming up, if you are feeling unworthy, if you're feeling a lot of self-doubt, or feeling that you're not motivated or you can't accomplish something, challenge those old behaviors, because that's a pattern from your past that is just creeping up and is just constantly like, hey, do you remember me? Kind of like the girl from Finding Nemo. I have really good references today. I really do. Tap it on the back, like, hey. That is what our old behaviors are doing. So when you write out, okay, she's back. What is she doing? What is she poking at? Then you can start to stream of consciousness, release them in journaling. Now, as I said earlier, Tracy has given you some fire journal prompts in this challenge. So I'm going to give you this. I'm going to send you the slide deck too. So if you can't write them all down now, that's okay. We can send you a screenshot in your group chat. But here's some journal prompts that I want you to look at. If I could gain clarity about one thing, blank, then I would what? This is a really good question, especially if you're feeling a little doubt or unclear or stuck or whatever it may be. What do you need to gain clarity on? And if you go to this question and you're like, I literally have no idea, come back to it. It's okay. It'll come. Asking yourself, what is standing in your way right now? I know I've asked myself this question and I had to answer so honestly and say, it's you, Jessica. You're the one standing in the way. And when you notice that, you can follow, okay, well, how do I get out of the way? How do I step out of the way? Now, it is the end of the month. So this is a really good question to ask yourself. Number 3, what have I done this month that's truly felt authentically like I was being me? Call that out. What do you want to keep doing more of? We've chatted a lot about what we're going to stop doing, but what do you want to do more of? What goodness has come through you? You've been in this challenge. What have you done for yourself? How have you shown up for yourself? How can you continue to show up like that? And number 4, if I had no fear of failure or judgment, what passions or unique gifts do I have that I would share with the world? Now, I love this one because we all have such different unique gifts and passions. And sometimes we have fears to show up, whether that's going to the gym or journaling more. We have fears of what's going to come up. So let this kind of go through you, because when you have your higher self, you have your future self really cheering you on, and you're working through it with all of these journal prompts, you really have them on your side, you're really diving into yourself, you feel more free to show up as yourself, to show up as your higher self, to actually get to 6 months down the line, you. So connecting into the present moment, into your future self, into your higher self, all leads you back to you, to who you truly are, without the limiting beliefs, without the self-doubt, without getting in the way of yourself. Your future self, your higher self is like, yep, we've done that. We've overcome that. We're kick-ass. We love ourselves. And we're going to do whatever we want because we know that we can get everything that we desire. And that's within your body, within your mind, any mentality. So my friends, that's what I have for our presentation today. I'm curious what our questions are. If we have anything that we would like to share,